All rise. Judge Vanda B. Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1030, Armstrong case.
Thank you. You're welcome. You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Armstrong.
Yes, Ms. Judge.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Miss Tally over here, we decided to have a baby together about 3 years ago. And we got a divorce. And now I just need her to pay some child support.
Okay. Well, you guys are going through a divorce, right?
Well, yes, sorry, we're going through a divorce. I wish it was over already. But I've been paying health care for a long time, ever since the baby was born.
How much is the health care?
It's $111 a month.
Okay.
This baby is 2 years old. We've been together for about 3 years, and I just, that's a lot of money.
Okay, and you want her to pay child support?
And I need that money.
Okay, she needs that money. You don't want to pay that money?
No, ma'am. Instead, I want to spend time with this child. She's not allowing me to see my son, Alex, for the last year and a half.
Okay.
I mean, I have an amazing 2-year-old son that I'm being denied access to see.
This case comes with a twist. 2 moms, 1 child, and a custody battle that's anything but simple. Mrs. Armstrong is demanding child support from her ex, Miss Tally, who, according to Armstrong, has been absent financially for 2 years. From medical bills to daily expenses, she says she's covered it all and now wants Tally to contribute. But as the legal fight unfolds, it's clear this isn't just about money. One mother is after financial support, while the other is pushing for parental rights. The courtroom stays silent, but the tension is undeniable. 1 child, 2 mothers, and a storm of unresolved emotions.
And I do not believe that I should be paying child support. Rather than I should be able to spend time with my son and actively be in his life.
Okay. Is there a reason you have not been allowing her to see Alex?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, Judge, I feel like time is not money. And,
Well, stop. Hold on. It's not money. But you would agree with me that she is the mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. And would you want for her to deny you access to Alex?
Well, it would be
It's
different.
a yes or no?
No.
Okay, then. So, you do not have a reason to not allow her to see her son.
But she doesn't help me take care of my son.
Now, financially, we'll get to that in a moment. She's not going to have a choice if the child is living with you primarily. Is that what's
Correct.
going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how often do you allow her to see him at all?
No.
Okay. Now that's going to change today.
Then, Miss Tally speaks, and what she says changes everything. She's not here to argue about money. She wants time with her son, Alex, whom she hasn't seen in over a year. Her voice is steady, but the pain is undeniable. In an instant, the case shifts. This isn't just about finances, it's about a mother fighting to be part of her child's life. But Judge Vanda B. isn't just listening to words, she's reading between the lines. If Tally has been shut out, that's more than heartbreaking. It's a serious legal issue. Now, emotions, rights and resentment are all colliding, and things are only getting more intense.
You do not have any authority to do that. You do not have it both ways. You can't say, I want her to pay this money, but at the same time, I don't want her to see our son. It doesn't work like that.
Well, once she starts paying me some money, then she can also start seeing the son.
Well, they don't go together.
Okay.
The possession to a child has nothing to do with paying child support. You do not decide that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because in a different court, you could actually be held in contempt for that if you all had a court order and you were denying her access to your son. You understand that, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Now, as for you, you'll be able to see your son, but you do understand that you have to pay child support as well.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you do not have any objection to paying
No,
child
ma'am.
support. Okay, so you heard that, right? Okay, all right. So it seems like money is what's important to you, not necessarily her having a relationship with the child. That's right?
Yes.
And that's sad. And it's very sad that you admitted it.
The verdict comes swiftly. Tally regains access to her son, and Armstrong gets a reality check on co-parenting. Judge Vonda B. wastes no time shutting down the power struggle, making it clear. This isn't about personal grudges or financial leverage. It's about Alex's well-being. When Armstrong openly admits money was her main focus, the judge's disappointment is unmistakable. In this courtroom, emotional manipulation holds no weight. What's shocking isn't just the admission, it's how casually it was made. But parenting rights aren't casual, and Judge Vonda makes that crystal clear. The narrative shifts in an instant. This isn't about control anymore, it's about responsibility.
Okay, so you turned in some tax returns up here. I have your gross at $6,000 a year. And how many children? It's just Alex, right?
It's just one. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other children outside of Alex?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So that brings your net down to $4,789.79 for one child. And then you do have to reimburse her health insurance because she's
Absolutely.
been paying it. You're okay with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you don't really have a choice, so okay. Plus the 111 comes out to $1,069 a month.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am, Miss Judge.
Okay. Why do you have this smirk on your face?
Oh, I like those numbers. Judge Rhonda. Judge Rhonda.
Sad.
Now it's time for the numbers. Tally brings in $6,000 a year, with a net income just under $4,800. Factoring in support for one child and health insurance reimbursement, her monthly payment comes out to $1,069. As the judge lays it all out, Armstrong smirks. She got what she wanted. But that moment doesn't go unnoticed. Judge Vonda B. catches it, and the message is clear. Child support isn't a prize, it's a responsibility. The math might add up in Armstrong's favor, but the courtroom isn't just crunching numbers, it's weighing intent. And in this case, every dollar carries meaning and consequences.
She's not going to have to come back in here and say, you know, she's not letting me see my child or anything like that, is she?
So when she sees the child, do I have to be
no.
around?
That's a no, because you're not going to do that, right? You're going to let her see the child.
Do I
Yes.
have to be around her when she comes? She has to come pick the child up, like for a weekend.
Yeah, however she picks him up.
Okay.
I mean, you guys have a child, so you should be able to be cordial with each other to some extent. You don't have to necessarily like each other, but
It has
you
to
do
be
need
able
to
to
let her
benefit the
see.
child.
Huh?
It has to be able to benefit the child. I mean, you have to look at Alex's best interest in his life. He needs both of his moms as life. You can't just deny one.
What's the
I agree
least
with that.
of amount of time that I can let her spend with my child?
You know what? We're not going to go there. You're going to let her see him, and that's the end of it.
Just as Armstrong starts to celebrate, Judge Vonda B. puts a hard stop to it. This isn't a game. She makes one thing absolutely clear. Tally has full, unquestioned rights to see her child. No interference, no roadblocks, no silent hostility. When Armstrong asks if she has to be present for handoffs, the judge doesn't hesitate. No, but you are expected to be respectful. The court isn't asking for friendship, just basic cooperation. And in this moment, it's obvious. This isn't just about money. It's about setting firm, enforceable expectations. And Judge Vonda lays them down with authority.